Good morning students, this is Bikash Sir and welcome all to Vanik Smart. So students, in this week from the Monday, we have just started the foundations including the questions MCQ related to our Odisha Staff Selection Commission OSSC CGL examinations, combined graduate level examinations. So students, as you know that this CGL was started from 2021 and 22 period, and already 2 to 3 examination of Odisha CGL has completed. So as per the valuable pattern, as per the syllabus, Vanik has prepared an online module for those who want to join as an officer, Group B, non-gazetted, in our Odisha government examinations, right? So students, today we are going to discuss the computer awareness part, the subject that is related to our preliminary examinations. So as you know that the relevant patterns of CGL preliminary examinations, here out of 150 questions, 21 questions, so students, I'm writing here 21 question will come from computer awareness part. Computer awareness. So as you know that students, if you go for the detailed syllabus, okay, so corresponding mentor of our body, details will elaborate relevant the syllabus, including the content of fundamental concept, the notes, the MCQ and the previous year question also, and the probable question that will be come in 2026 we are also going to discuss, right? So in out of 150 MCQ, 30 questions related to your aptitude part, that is your arithmetic part, another 30 questions related to your data interpretation DI part, right? 30 questions related to your current affair, right, related to GK and current affair, but 21 questions is related to the computer awareness part. So out of 21 questions, our target is 21 to 21 questions of the computer section. So in this case, what is the theoretical subject, means the syllabus relevant to the computer awareness. So students, see here, I am mentioning here the syllabus. I am mentioning here the syllabus on the screens. It is clearly visible, students, you can check. From chapter number 1 to chapter number 15. Okay, so students, chapter number 1 I am mentioning here, fundamental of computer and IT. Chapter number 2, input and output device. Chapter number 3, history and generation. Chapter number 4, hardware, software and types of software. Chapter number 5, memory and its measuring unit. Chapter number 6, internet and communication technology. Chapter number 7, MS Office. In MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint is there. Okay, and chapter number 8, this is your Windows. Then important full form, right, fundamental of database. But students, remember, this is related to MS Access only. MS Access. Then introduction to cybercrime, some concept of basic programming language. And overall, if you think about that, students, these are the important module from which the question must come. So as per the last 3 examinations of Odisha Staff Selection Commission combined graduate level examinations, okay, if you go for the previous year question, like some chapter, I am telling to you the valuable chapter, like your fundamental of computer and IT, then input and output device, history and generations, hardware, software and types of software, then your memory and its measuring unit. 6th chapter, that is your data representation and number system, right, the conversions of the decimal to binary, octal, hexadecimal, And chapter number 7, this is internet and communication technology. Okay, and other important chapter I'm telling to you, like Microsoft Office, I'm mentioning here, like Microsoft Office, MS Word is there, MS Excel is there, MS PowerPoint is there, MS Access is there, right? And another chapter is data communication and network. This question also coming, data communications and network. Okay, so internet and communication technology, here different pattern of question is asking, and data communication and network, here different pattern of question is asking. So both we are going to discuss, right, including the important full form. So last 2024-2023 OSSC CGL examination, out of 21 we are expecting or already asked 2 to 3 important full form. So students, do not worry about that. Alphabetically from alphabet A to Z, those are relevant important full form related to our computer awareness, we are going to detail discuss. So never miss the sessions, because we are fully access the live sessions related to the OSSC CGL preparations, right? And it is completely available with the free of cost in YouTube channel. So those who are preparing, do not miss the sessions, come to YouTube, and the session are starting from 7 AM onwards. So relevant topics, every day different modules of topic will be discussed, whether it is reasoning section, whether it is English session, okay, whether it is aptitude session, whether it is GS session, whether it is your computer awareness session, whether it is your current affairs session. So different mentors will carry out the relevant topic with the MCQ, with the previous year question and the probable MCQ also. Okay, so these are the syllabus, and from this syllabus the question will asking. And regarding the fundamental part, theoretical subject and the MCQ, so students, we are just going to discuss about the to the point concept, means this is the concept and this is the question. If you digest this part, then definitely the question will be from this part only. I assure to you, out of 21 questions, 20 to 21 out of 100% you will fetch. Okay, so we are going to start the chapter number 1, first chapter, that is the fundamental of computer and information technology. Okay, and students, see here another part also I'm telling to you. After your preliminary examinations, main exam is there, but before main exam, now the pattern has changed. So what has happened exactly? Specifically, the module is preliminary examination. Those who are qualified the preliminary examinations, they are moving to the main exam, then computer proficiency test or skill test, then document verifications, then final selection is there. But now it has just little bit changed. First goes to the preliminary examinations. Those who are qualifying the preliminary, they must be joined for the computer proficiency test or skill test. Then if you qualify in this test, then you will move towards the main exam. Main exam, the merit list will be carried out, because main examination mark will be your valuable mark for the merit list. Preliminary examination, the marks cannot be identified because it is only qualifying in nature. If you qualify the cutoff, then you will be for the main examinations. Okay, so main exam is the valuable exam. Before that, the computer proficiency test is there. So what are the module related to computer proficiency test, or we are telling that specifically computer skill test. So see here, computer skill test, here the pattern like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Windows and Microsoft Access. So total marks is 50 marks. There are 5 questions. There are only 5 questions. Each question carry out 10 marks. And students, this is fully practical. No theory session is there, practical. So practical question will be given. For example, in Microsoft Word, it is basically related to the documentations. Okay, paragraph formatting, formal letters, okay, table based formattings or paragraph based formatting. So relevant the asked task has basically provided, and we are typing the paragraph or the letters, and then we'll go for the formatting tools, right? Second part is the Excel. Specifically, it is designed by using the formulas and function, the relevant mathematical calculations, including all the charts like pie chart, bar chart, line chart, area chart, scatter chart, okay, stack chart. So different type of chart is there. Specifically you have been seen that in your data interpretation mathematics part. Okay, so this type of question also now asking in your MS Excel. So we will design this chart including the relevant calculation also. Third is your Microsoft PowerPoint. So a presentations module will be provided, at least 3 to 5 slides, and in these slides we should go for the decoration of the slide, including the theme, including the color, okay, so including the transitions, including the custom animations, okay. So powerful bulletin presentations you will be carry out in the presentation. This is also the another important practical session. Fourth part is your Microsoft Access. Simply it is a database. Okay, so now this is the valuable subject for the database, and in database 3 to 4 types of question is now asking. One is type of question is the query based question, whether it is a parameter query, whether it is a table query, okay, whether it is a advanced query, as well as the form, the report, the relationship, reference or relational integrity relationship. So different type of module is asking. So students, do not worry about that. Both fundamental part as well as the computer skill test part, based upon the examinations, Vanik basically conducting the course that is very necessary for your preparation, so that you will click the exam and you will become an officer based upon the examinations, right? So this part also we will carry out the skill test part or computer proficiency part. So both online and offline also it is starting. Vanik has its own lab. Okay, so more than 80 systems is available. So many students are joining for the different examination of skill test, and we will carry out that. So our target is out of 50 questions, out of 50 marks you will be carry out definitely, because if you go for the more than 100 plus practice sessions in MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Windows, more than 100 plus practice, then there will be the confidence. Okay, so starting the part, we are moving towards the chapter number 1. Okay, so what is the chapter number 1, students? See here on the screens. So chapter number 1 is nothing but the fundamental of computer and IT. This is the base chapter or entry chapter to the computer system. So what is this chapter? Fundamental of computer and information technology. So students, in this chapter, what are the modules are there, or we can say what are the sub modules are there that combines making this chapter, right? So you can see here the terms like what is computer, then characteristics of computer system, application of computer, components of computer system, components of CPU like control unit, arithmetic logic unit, memory unit, and different types of computer like microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. So these are the modules relevant to the topic fundamental of computer and IT. And after discussing the fundamental part, we will discuss the relevant MCQ that has asked since tense year in the examinations, different SSC examinations, as well as the probable question that may come in your upcoming examination also. Okay, so first goes to the meaning of computer. So the term is computer. So students, I think you know that computer is not an English term, and English is not an ancient language. It is a derived language from different ancient language like Sanskrit, like Greek, like Latin, like Arabic. So different ancient languages are there. From these languages, English language has derived, right? So many words related to English, like a word computer. So never think that computer is an English word. Computer is a word that has derived from a Latin word computere. So you can see here, it has derived from a Latin word computere. Which word? A Latin word. And what is the word? Computere. And what is the meaning here? The meaning is to calculate, to sum up, or to think together. So simply we can say computer has derived from a Latin word computere, which means to compute or to calculate. Understand? and later this term computer modified to the word computer. Okay, so it's simply performing the computations, that's why it is known as a computer. So anywhere, any interview or anyone if asking about what does it mean computer, so simply we can say it is derived from a Latin word computere, which means to compute or to calculate. Later this word changes to computer, which means that performing the computations. Okay, so what to define here? So students, this is the term, what is the meaning here computer, but if you define the computer, so as we know that this is a machine, and specifically we are telling that this is an electronic machine or electronic device, and this device just wait to get the input from the user. After taking the input, process it by using CPU, and after processing produce the results as an output. So overall we can say that computer is an electronic device that accepts the data as an input, process it and produce the result as an output. So input, processing, output, these are the basic functionality of the computer system. That's why I'm mentioning here computer is an electronic machine or device that accept the data as an input, process it and gives the results as an output. Understand? So never worried about the particular definition that is mentioned in a particular books, website or any type of notes also, not necessary. If you clear about the fundamental concept, then easily we can access the result. So what to define the computer? Simply students understand that the machine that we are using that accept the data, process it and produce the results. So simply we can say an electronic device accept the data as an input from the user, then CPU is there for the processing, and after processing it produce the result as an output. Okay, so what are the basic functionality students? So as per the definition of the computer, so students see here, as per the definition of the computer, I'm mentioning here the 4 basic functionality. What are the 4 basic functionality? So what are the 4 basic functionality? So first is accept the data, and specifically we are using a word input. So the device that are connected to the computer system to accept the data, this is nothing but the input device. So input device used to accept the data, right? Second is to process the data. Okay, so to process the data, there is a device that are connected to the computer system, and basically we are telling that the CPU. So CPU is the brain of the computer system that is used to process the data or instruction which is given by the user. So first is to accept the data through the input devices. Second is to process the data through CPU. And third is to produce the result or to generate the results. So here the device that are connected to produce or to generate the result, this is known as output device. And fourth is, if you want to store this result or to save the result, there is a device, simply we can say the storage. Okay, or we are basically telling that the storage device or memory. So these are the 4 basic functionality related to our computer system: input, process, output, storage. Input, the devices that are connected to access the data. Process, the device that is CPU, basically it is the brain of the computer system that is used to process the data. And third is output device, the devices that are used to produce the results. And fourth is the storage device, the memory that is used to store the results for the long period of time, so that whenever it is necessary we can access the data. Okay, so this is the 4 important basic functionality. So what is the relevant question here students, I'm telling to you. Okay, many times in the clerical section examination like junior assistant, okay, senior assistant, lower division clerk, upper division clerk, or any officer examination, I'm telling to you, like combined editor, local fund editor, okay, Gram Panchayat extension officer, then your Panchayat executive officer, revenue inspector, right? So many examination has conducted. So many questions also relevant to this term: input, process, output, storage. So what is the question students, I'm telling to you. The question has asked what is the brain of the computer system that is used to process the data. Simply we can say the CPU. Okay, another is there the devices that are connected to the computer system through which the user can provide the data or instruction. So the devices that are connected to the computer system through which the user can provide the data or instruction. This is nothing but the input device. And the device that are connected to the computer system to produce the results, and this is nothing but the output device. And the device that are connected to the computer system to store the results for the future use, this is known as storage device, right? Then goes to the characteristics of the computer system. Okay, so what is the concept here? Characteristics. So many characteristics are there relevant to the computer, but I'm designing 5 important characteristics specifically that defines the characteristics of the computer. Okay, so the first term is the speed, and this is an important question. So what is the question? I will tell you. So first understand what is the speed. Okay, so students, we know that computer is a machine that is very fast, and in the fraction of second it execute the instruction. So we are telling that computer is an electronic device and that execute the instruction very fast, means within a fraction of second. So what is the time slice required to execute the instructions? What is the speed of the processor? Okay, and how much amount of data can be executed by the processor or CPU in a particular interval of time. So these are related to the speed. So I'm mentioning here computer is very fast device and it can perform in a few seconds the amount of work that the human being can do in an entire year. Yes, so the entire year of tasks, if the man want to do manually, this manual work of a single year can be done in a very few seconds. Okay, so what to define here the speed here? So for relevant to the speed, first term is, students remember, the clock speed. CLOCK, clock speed. So what does it mean clock speed here, or we can say clock rate. CLOCKRATE, clock rate. So what does it mean clock speed or clock rate? So students, I'm telling to you, it refers to the speed at which the CPU can perform the basic operation. I'm repeating again, the speed at which the CPU can perform the basic processing operations. This is known as the clock speed. Okay, so clock speed, it simply indicates that the speed at which the CPU can perform its processing functionality. So to measure the speed, we are using the unit, this is known as horsepower. HERTZ, as it is a machine, basically we are using horsepower, or shortly we are telling that HZ. So what is the latest units of the horsepower specifically in our personal computer, desktop and laptop? So students, I'm telling to you, it is now we are using GHZ, gigahertz. So if question is that the unit that is used to measure the speed of CPU in our personal computer, then simply we are choosing that, what is that, horsepower, and the latest unit we are using GHZ, gigahertz. For example, 3.2 gigahertz processor, okay, 3.6 gigahertz processor, 4.2 gigahertz processor, 4.5 gigahertz processor, 4.7 gigahertz processor. So the horsepower will be more, the efficiency and performance of the computer system will be more also. Okay, so this is nothing but the speed of CPU through which the CPU can perform its processing functionality, and the speed is measured by the unit clock speed, and the unit that is used is known as horsepower. So one is term, that is your clock speed related to the horsepower. Okay, then second is MIPS. MIPS, very popular question. So students, I'm writing here the full form. More than 20 times the question has asked about the full form relevant to banking and SSC examinations. So what is the full form here? MIPS, millions of instruction per second. Millions of instruction per second. So what does it mean millions of instruction per second? So students, I'm telling to you, millions of instruction per second means in a particular second how much quantity of the data can be executed by the CPU or processor. So simply these units represent the capacity of the processor, capacity Capacity of CPU. Speed of CPU, this is horsepower. The capacity of the CPU, this is MIPS. Means in a particular second, how much amount of data can be given to the CPU for the processing operation. So the capacity of the processor is the capacity of the processor is measured by the unit. This is known as MIPS, millions of instruction per second, and another is the power of CPU. It is measured by the unit. This is known as the horsepower, gigahertz. Okay, but the term is time slice. Okay, so what is the time is specifically designed for the personal computer. So students, our personal computer can perform its functionality by using the time slice. This is 1 nanosecond. 1 nanosecond. Okay, 1 nanosecond means 10 to the power minus 9 second. Okay, so if question is that the time slice that is defined for the execution operation of the personal computer. So this is known as 1 millisecond, 1 microsecond, 1 nanosecond and 1 picosecond. So option is 1 nanosecond. Its value is 10 to the power minus 9 second. So the speed related 3 important question. One is the time slice. This is 1 nanosecond. Second is the speed of CPU. This is horsepower. Okay, and latest we are using gigahertz. And third is the capacity. This is your MIPS. MIPS for millions of instruction per second. Everyone clear? Very good. Okay, so Swadhin, you are giving a message. Sir, RRB PO means computer marathon. Okay, so for RRB PO men, okay, and RRB clerk men, right? So recently the clerk preliminary examination has completed, and the men RRB PO preliminary results are also waiting to get the results. So students are preparing for the men for both PO and both clerk. Okay, so students from the Vanik Smart, okay, very soon we will launch about the RRB PO men and RRB clerk men, the marathon sessions, so that it will be very helpful for you for your upcoming examination, men examination, specifically for the regional rural banks PO men and regional rural banks clerk men also. Okay, then second is the accuracy. Second is the what? Accuracy. So accuracy means it has derived from the word accurate, means extraction of the results with 100%. So I'm mentioning here accuracy means extraness. Okay, extraction of the results, and these results never give any wrong output until the instruction is wrong. So if you are putting the right instruction, then definitely it will provide the right output, means 100% accurate result. That's why the term is what? Accuracy, right? And third is reliability. Okay, so the another important term is reliability. The computer can perform repeated jobs without making any mistake and without getting any tower. Okay, so computer does not fall under basically rarely it need the maintenance. So the reliability means we can reliable this device. The device is very reliable. Okay, so it never demands any type of overworking. Simply it needs some periodical of maintenance and providing 100% correct results with a great speed. And fourth is the versatility. Fourth is what? Versatility. Okay, so versatility means multitasking functionality. So versatility means what? Multitasking functionality. So computer system is nothing but a device. Specifically, if you think about the PC, personal computer, the personal computer support single user and multitasking operation. Single user and tasking. So variety of tasks, variety of jobs we can carry out at a time, parallelly, simultaneously in the computer system. And this multitasking functionality is known as versatility. So I'm mentioning here computer can do variety of jobs, instruction depending upon the hardware and characteristics. So variety of jobs, variety of tasks we can perform parallelly, simultaneously. That's why it is known as versatility. So if question is that which characteristics of the computer system defines the multitasking functionality, so simply we can say versatility. And fifth part is the storage capacity. So students, remember, one is versatility, another is the storage capacity. These two characteristics specifically defines the difference between computer and calculator. So as we know that calculator is also a machine which can extract the results with accurately, speed also very good. But what is the difference said if you go for the characteristics? One is storage capacity, another is versatility. So storage capacity means we can store large volume of data permanently for a long period of time in the computer system, which is not possible in case of calculator. So calculator can keep some few results, okay, but not for a large volume of data like 1 terabyte, 1 petabyte, or 1 exabyte of data. It is not possible in case of calculator, but it is possible in case of computer system. And second characteristics is the versatility. Versatility means multitasking functionality parallelly at a time. Okay, so these two characteristics specifically defines the difference between the computer and calculator. Everyone clear, students? Very good, very good. Okay, so regarding the characteristics, one is speed, one is versatility, and another is storage capacity. These are the relevant term, and also the question I have also defined that, right? Like MIPS, like horsepower, like your time slice nanoseconds. So we should remember because these are the important questions. Okay, then goes to the rest part. Application of computer system. So students, as computer is an electronic device that is connected to every industries, every institutions, anywhere now. Okay, so as per the government data now, out of 140 CR people, approximately 118 CR people now they are using smartphone with internet. So in our India, the accessibility of computer system is rapidly increasing since 10 years, from 2014 to 2024-25. Okay, so what is the application? Specifically, many industries, anywhere if you think about that, all the institutions now the computer system is associated. But I'm mentioning 10 important field, or we can say the domain where the computer is associated for performing the multitasking functionality, like business, educations, marketing, banking, insurance, communications, healthcare, military, engineering, scientific research. So if you choose any field, the computer system is connected to perform the multitasking functionality with a complex type of work also. So whether it is the scientific research, whether it is the engineering approach, whether it is the healthcare or medical systems, whether it is the communications department like telecommunications, like the banking and financial institutions, like the IT sector, course sector, management sector, educational sector, okay, business, everywhere. Now all the relevant functionality, all the relevant works now done through the system. This is known as the computer system. So these are the different fields where the computer is associated to perform multitasking functionality. Okay. Okay, Manas, as per your text in the chat, live chat, I'm getting your point. You are informing about the police SIE examinations and you are asking about the district police computer classes. Okay, so students, all the examinations that are upcoming and that are relevant for your preparations, every topic related subject relevant to the exam, Morning Smart will launch. So students, I assure to you very soon for RRB, PO and clerk men, we will carry out about the computer session part, about the banking awareness part, about the mathematics part, reasoning part, English part also relevant to the RI. Okay, revenue inspector. Now preliminary examination has completed. Now main examination is upcoming. So for RI main also we are going to start the live sessions, right? And the SI examination also, whether it is your district police examination also we will carry out, whether it is constable exam or whether it is your officer sub inspector exam. So students, do not worry about that. In a very few days, okay, we will start all the session relevant to the different examinations. So never be worried about that. It is completely YouTube classes, free classes. So where you are be there, you can touch with the Vanik Smart, go for the timing sessions and carry out the live session part. Okay, in the live session not only we are conducting the theoretical subject relevant to the syllabus, including the MCQ, okay, probable question, previous year questions, and the upcoming examination also. Every part of the preparations will completely guide you. Okay, so students, do not worry about that. Manas, okay, Digvijay, okay, Jyotiranjan, okay, Chiranjeev. So I got the message. So now the second sessions of this OSSC CGL, this is your reasoning section. It will be carried by our honorable corresponding mentors. Okay, so never be worried about that. So thank you students watching the video today, watching the session today. We will meet again with another sessions and will carry out relevant topic with MCQ as well as the previous year question and probable question also. Okay, so thank you students, thank you very much watching the session today. We will meet again with a new sessions. Okay, thank you.